everybody, it's Valerie Wallace Fine Arts, and I'm here in my basement studio in Orono, Maine, but it's 8 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, which is for the past, I don't know, almost 60 days. Every day at 1 o'clock I've had a drawing lesson, and tonight I'm having it at 8, because it's night before Memorial Day, and I had to go to our camp and paint the deck. You can see it on my hands. Okay? Alright, so we're going to draw the medic Jeep here. Ambulance Jeep. I don't know. I tried to find some fun facts and it was not helpful. Okay? So we're just going to draw instead and not worry about that. The Jeep, you see the front of it and you see the side of it, so that gives it some perspective, some three-dimensional stuff going on here. That's what I was doing here with the white. What I want you to see is that, you know, I'm going to show you in a second, but well, I don't know. There's a line that runs from right here all the way straight across, because that's where your horizon line is, where you're seeing it. Where, you know, it's pretty tall or whatever, or short or whatever. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. We're going to start with this line right here, which is this line right here. If you haven't done a class with me before, just follow along. And I'm going to use a green for my color one. I'm going to do one in black and white down here, while I'm going to use charcoal. And my suggestion to you is to start lightly. Either if you're going to do it in color, pick something really light. A light green would even work, a gold, gray, anything like that would be a great way to start out. If you're going to work with some kind of charcoal or pencil or whatever, just try to draw as lightly as you can when you're starting out, because you're going to need to adjust things. It's not going to be perfect, okay? Even if you're drawing with a pen, you know, just draw light. All right, we're going to start right here. In this picture, side to side, here's the middle. So it's a little bit to the right of middle. So here's middle, and I'm going to put a line that is, I don't have a lot at the top, so I'm going to do about here. I want to make sure I have plenty of room for my tires. Okay, now, the length of this line is pretty much the same as the length of this, of the top of the windshield. So whatever you have here, I want you to go like this. I want you to mark that, and I want you to make like a right angle. Okay? Pretty much the same. Click, click. Okay? I will do that again down here. What I did was find the middle. I went a little bit to the right. I want to be close to the top. A little more to the top than the bottom. There's that. That looks pretty good, right? Because I still have this big tire that I want to put on there. Here, are these vertical and whatever?
Yeah, they look pretty
much. This is slanty. Be honest with me.
They look good from where I was.
I have Daphne, aka the Ginger Ninja, here handy with me.
I'm leaving that nickname in the past, Mom.
Not to me. Not to me. You still it. Always and forever. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is, this line right here is basically, from here to here, it's basically in the middle. So I want you to go to this line, I want you to find about the middle from top to bottom, and I want you to draw me a line that goes out like this. Okay? Let's go ahead and, yeah, we can do that. We're going to make a line right down like this. I've got this figured out. This is not the first time I did it. I've got a plan for everybody. Okay?
Alrighty.
Follow, it's going to be magical. Okay? Alright, this is the other thing that's happening, is that, like I said, this line comes from here, and it follows all the way to here. Okay? And the length of this is basically the same length as this. Oh, so symmetrical. This. Oh, I'm almost off the page. I'm going out to here. It's kind of longer than I wanted to go, but that's all right. Okay? So I'm going to continue that out. You know, this line's the same length as this. This is the same length as this. Okay?
Cool.
All right. This is the other crazy thing. If I go from this windshield part and I draw a line straight down, that's the corner of the front of the Jeep. Okay? So, what what I want you to do is, if you don't do it, it's okay. But what I'd like you to do is to skip a little bit of a space so that you won't have a line in your hood. So go like here, just skip a little bit, and you're going to make this line come down, and this line is going to be slightly longer or lower than this one, okay? Make sense? Okay, this is a little bit closer to the bottom of the paper than this one is, okay? Because I want, when I connect here, I want it to tilt up. Not a ton, like not way down here. You don't want to be down here, just a little bit. Your eye is so sensitive that it will pick up just the slightest bit of change in something. You'll be surprised. Okay, there's that. So I did the same thing here. Then I'm going to go from here. I'm going to skip a little bit. And I'm going to go down here. And I want this one up. How tilted I made it.
that is very tilted. It's because it's too low for you.
It's too low for me. Alright. Okay. I'll try again. Alright, so right here, I'm going to go like this. I don't want to go down like that. Oh, and then here, this one needs to be lower. This is going to be good. Alright. The next thing we're going to do, you with me? You with me so far?
Yep.
Okay, is that we're going to connect from here. Well, let's just do that first. We'll connect from here to here. So this should tilt up just a little bit. Okay? Now, we want to go, I'm going to pretend that the bottom of the truck goes all the way down to here. It has this, for some reason, it has a little short bit on the back. But I'm going to have it go all the way down. So we need to get from here, which is where we are. No, wait a minute. Where are we? Yeah. Right from here, we need to get out to here. So we just have to decide how far away that is. And if I measure from here to here, and I measure right here, it's just a little bit longer. Okay? So when I take my fingers and I measure this size and I measure this, I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to go a little bit longer. Which I realize is, okay, so just find that spot and go here, and it should continue to slant up. That's how, when I had to help with building the addition and your dad broke his wrist, and I had to do it, and I had to measure, and that's how I measured. It's like 44 inches and like a little bit more, which doesn't work when you're building a house. But it does work when you're drawing, so there, okay? Is it tilting up? Okay. All right. I'm going to go from here to here. And then what I did was measure this. I went over here. That's about here. It went a little bit farther. Whoops. So I need that down here. Okay. All right. This is awesome. I love it. Okay.
Great.
What?
I just said great. Great. It's a great. What?
She's not that impressed. Okay.
No, I am.
We're going to go, as much as we can, we want to get this line to go straight up and down. Okay? Like that. Straight up and down. Don't do too much. Okay. This is the one you have to eyeball a little bit, alright? From the corner of the windshield, right? It goes up, straight up, but then it curves and it goes back to here. So you're going to have to come from here, and you're going to go up. Actually, go up a little bit here and a little bit here and connect here. Make a little rectangle right there. Okay? That'll help. A little bit here, a little bit here. Go across. Okay. Now what you do is, it still goes up a little bit. Goes up, and then it curves down. Okay? Alright? Now so we've done kind of two panels right here. There's still this piece on the front. And what's happening, you want to have this curve up a little bit, is that it's going to go from here, it's going to go up a little bit, and then it's going to curve, and it's going to come over and meet that piece. Okay? Pretty much anyway. Now when you get an eyeball. If you don't want to, just make it squared off, and then you won't have to eyeball it. You can just, it doesn't have to be like that. There's, those are just design things that they change. Okay. It looks kind of like the paddy wagon. Okay. Now we're going to do this piece, okay? Now the size of this piece is this big. This one is a little bit smaller. So what you're going to do is come straight down, but just don't go down as far as this. Like that. And then you're going to connect here. That's going to have quite a slope. Okay? See what's coming together? Is this cool?
Yeah, it looks cool. I love trucks.
Do you?
I love trucks.
It's a Jeep.
I love Jeeps.
A Jeep is cool. Totally cool. And this is a super cool Jeep. What?
Oh, there's 7 people watching.
There
I
are some
didn't
people.
think there were that
Is there anybody watching?
There's
Is there
7 people
anybody
watching.
out there?
Yeah. Now they know I love Jeeps.
You do love a Jeep. Okay. Yeah. All right. We are going to. This is another thing that has to happen. There's a little bump right here, and I want you to see this in comparison to where that is. So you're here. You're going to go over a little bit, and you're going to have a big bump like this, and you're going to connect from here to here. Okay? And then this can go here. I guess so. I don't know if that's actually right. This probably needs to go up a little bit more. It's pretty much horizontal. There's not much of this. Okay? It's ought to be green. Who cares? Okay. The next, all right, let me do that down here. Let's see. All right. I needed to have a line here, and I have a hump thing right in the middle of the front of it. Front of the hood. Okay? All right. This is the next thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is thicken this piece right here that holds the roof up in the front. Okay? We're going to do it on the other side too. You can add a little bit here on this side, and you can also add a little bit on this side if you want. Okay? All right. Now, the window can go in pretty much a straight line right here, but the top of the window has to tilt down a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. Okay? You'll have to eye it up. Don't tilt it too much, just a little bit. Because you're only, if this is your horizon line, this is only tilting a little bit. This is going to tilt more, and that's going to tilt more. You know, it works like that. If I had spokes, they would tilt down and they would tilt. So they were like this. Okay? So a little bit. It's not that high. Okay? We can mark this door. And a little bit on the top. Okay? And is that looking okay?
Looks great.
All right.
Very 3D.
Very 3D. I love perspective stuff. But I want to make it easy, not. I don't like the idea of having to get a pencil and a ruler out when you want to draw a picture. So you have to practice. You have to do that a little bit till you get it, and then you have to be able to fix it if you're doing it wrong, because you don't want to do it wrong.
No.
All right, this is good. They're both in the same place. This is the only thing that maybe is going to happen is that you're going to have the hood might. If you found this is the middle of the hood, it might round up a little bit, but you're also going to cut the bottom of your window off a little bit. Okay? Like this. Alright, I'm going to do the wheel wells. And this is really kind of crazy because the wheel well is here, but the wheel is below it. And one of the things that happens when you're seeing something in perspective is that the wheel isn't a round circle, it's oval, okay? And the size of this one versus the size of this one, I don't know if you're looking, but if you are looking, this one is way, way bigger than that one is, okay? And that's perspective. So you want to make it a skinnier, oval shape. But the actual arch, this one's smaller and narrower, but we're going to do that first. They don't really match up with the wheel too much. The back of this arch starts right at the door frame, or where the door opens. And it goes almost up to this line. So you're starting here, and you're going to round something up like this, and it comes to like about here. And then what you can do is you take it from the top of the arch and you add a little bit more on this side, okay? That's the front of that wheel well. All right, same thing here. It starts back here. If I continue to line like this, that's the top of it, okay? So it's here. It's a little more of an arch or skinnier, and it does also have that extra piece here, okay? I made this kind of dark, so I'm going to, luckily for us, the tire's black, so we're going to conceal that. So you have to sort of you have to sort of rough it in, and if I don't know if I have a white, this is what's happening if you're really kind of looking at it carefully, is that there's this, okay? Like that. That's the front of the tire, but you're also seeing the thickness of the tire. So it's kind of like that. You remember, you know what? What's the most important part of this Jeep?
The wheels, the cross.
The cross.
Okay.
Right? It's not the tires. I mean, you can't draw a Jeep and not put tires on it, right? Because it would be like having a face without a nose. But you don't have to overdo the tires, just like you don't need to overdo the nose. You just have to have it there, okay? I'm going to just sketch it in there because I'm going to color it black later. All right, same thing here. So they're not going way up in there. Drawing cars and how the tires work in there, you'd be surprised. It's more confusing than you would think it would be. So I want to be thinking about the line here too. And then I want to be thinking about one that's going this way, because I've got to have this baby over here. Okay? And that's the other tire. All right. So I will do that here again. I started here. I went almost to the top. And then I add a little bit on the front to give it that part that sticks out. Oh, this one I don't have the door on here, so I have to go over, down like that maybe, thicken this guy up, thicken that guy up, add a little extra here. Go from the top of this, that's where I want to do that. And then the tire, it's a little closer to the front of the wheel well. Like that. Alright, a little skinnier back here. And then I want to be thinking about how this, because ultimately this, they all meet out here. Okay? And then here, this and this, they all meet, so the tire here is going to meet kind of like that. So it's here. Kind of like that. Okay? This one's a weird one to look at, but can't not have it. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to get my black. Alright? Because we want to do the inside of this truck. Okay? I want to remember this. Do a nice rectangle here. Okay? Like that. And then I want you to color the rest of it black. Because that's the rear view mirror. Is that what you mean? No, not rear view mirror.
Side view? Side view?
Side mirror.
Side mirror?
Not the rear view mirror.
No.
Although it does look in the rear, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Well, because you can't see all the way in the rear. You have to pull up that.
Alright. Right here is a straight line. What we're going to do is make a straight line right here. Okay? And then you're going to go up above. This one actually tilts down just a little bit. Just a little, okay? And then you come down like this. So this shape right here ought to be about the same as this, if not a little smaller. Okay? I'll do that again. Alright, so down here, what I need to do is to make my rectangle for my side mirror.
Side, yes.
This is another little thing that, like, totally is going to make this seem three-dimensional. And that's not hard, but you just, I don't know, I think you forget to draw the interior of cars. You don't realize what all happens, but it makes a big difference. Okay, and then your color here. It's very black. Okay. There we go, just like that. And definitely some black right here too. Okay. So the tires. So we know that in the wheel well, it's going to be black like this, very black. Okay. The hubcap is going to maybe be lighter. Okay. Tire's pretty dark. And then this part of it maybe even darker. Okay, and what's happening is this is actually coming out here. Don't worry about the tires. It's definitely a tricky thing to eye up. You just have to have tires, and I think just think of them being ovals will probably be the one thing that will make a difference. If you make them really round, and if you make them exactly the same size, it's going to throw off your sense of perspective. So you're going to know, you're looking at me like, something's not right. Something is not right. And that is what happens with perspective, is like sometimes you can't tell what you're doing wrong, but you definitely know when something's not right about it. And that's when you need somebody to be able to look at it. Okay, there's that. I want to do this. We're getting it. Don't let me forget to put the stupid cross on there.
I won't. I might, actually.
No.
It's possible.
Nope.
Nope.
How am I doing here? Okay. Oh, I didn't do this part. Alright, so again, I want to go across the bottom, and this line is going to be about the same as this, maybe a little shorter. And we'll go up and a little tiny bit of a slant here. So what I have to do when you're drawing, what you're drawing is like a black and white photograph, so you have to account for if I have this bit that holds the roof up, if it's the same color black as the black is that's inside the interior, then you can't see it. So what you have to do is you have to lighten this so it stands out. Okay? Maybe no one's super light, but it has to be lighter than what's there. Okay? And then this doesn't need to be super, super dark. But the window, we want that bright. Okay? I'm going to do an oval here. I'm going to do the tire. I'm getting popcorn tonight.
Yep. You are.
A man's going to make me popcorn. Makes me weak. Nobody likes it quite as much as we do in the family.
I don't know. Do I like it as much as you? Probably not, but
You like it quite a bit, though.
I like it.
All
Everybody
right,
likes
so
it.
This,
It's hard to like it as much as I like it.
okay. Alright, the other thing I want to do before I go back to the green is I want to do the radiator thing here, okay? And that's sort of within this shape right here. I'm going to bring this down. And ideally, it's this section from here to here is a little bit bigger than it is from back here. So sometimes you can't change the one you've already done, but I can make this one skinnier by bringing this back here a little bit, okay? So I'm going to do that. line's going to tilt down, okay? All the lines that run, you know, in reality parallel to each other, they're going to tilt one way or the other. Okay, there's that. I want to do the not the highlights, what do you call them? Headlights.
Oh. Apparently it's hard to do it late at night.
Alright, so, yeah, this is my first 8 o'clock free drawing class. And
Let us know how you like it.
it is not going to be my last because I think that I'm at the end of the month I'm going to change my schedule, do a little bit fewer classes. If you need something to entertain you, there'll be, you know, over 60 that you can watch on YouTube, so I always find one to watch. And I'll go live a little less frequently. Let's see. Okay, so I want to take this, but I am going to do it a little bit at night and a little bit in the morning. Not too early, because I'm not an early person.
No.
But I have to do some, you know, yard work and housework and crap like that, so I need to not do it right in the middle of the day. And I think people are doing stuff at 1 o'clock. I hope. Okay, the other thing I want to do is this grill, which I think I will do with the green. But let me do the rest of the front first, like this. I don't know what to do about that. What do you think? Yeah, I guess green will work.
Oh, yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, I don't know.
And so there's a line that runs like this and like this. I might have to use black too, but I'll stripe it at least green right over the black, and then maybe over the green I'll do it with black. That's because you're always out there and running into stuff. And you don't want to be breaking your lights because that could mean life or death when you're in a military situation. Or actually, anytime you're driving. If you're driving at night and your lights don't work, it can be...
It's never a good thing.
It's not a good thing, no. Don't do that. Some dumb, like boys do. Drive around without any lights on at night. Try to stop on my face.
No.
No?
Just beauty.
What do you want? You want me to Venmo you some money too? Like I did for Calvin?
What?
What?
I didn't know you did that.
I know, I did it privately. You know, that burns you girls right up.
I think I'm okay.
You gonna make it through?
Yeah.
Okay, so an outing.
Well, don't say that. Shh.
He's doing a good deed. Helping a friend.
It's important. You raised him right.
Yeah. Let's not get that crazy. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay. If you want to do these little crosses up here, save yourself a little square here and a little square here. And I'm not writing ambulance. And I don't know what the round circle is for. I'm skipping it. So I want to have a line that comes down like this. It comes almost down to the wheel well. They probably had to make it as big as you can make it. Because then they want to make sure they put it on there, you know, so that the enemies know that it's a medic truck, so that you're not supposed to blow it up.
No, that
Right?
would be rude.
Yeah, it'd be more than rude. I could probably do it on this one because I have a little more room.
Disrespect.
And there's one on the top, so that the planes can see it. You know what?
No,
You
you
never
got
watched-
some good facts.
You never watched MASH. That's
No,
why you
I don't
know.
even know what it is.
What MASH is? Mobile Army Service Hospital.
Good for you.
Well, it was a show that we all watched in the 70s.
Well,
and
I
some
can
of the
tell
80s.
you that's
Especially the
probably
70s.
why I never watched it.
And it was about the Korean War, not Vietnam. From what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I'd rather not say the wrong thing.
It's okay.
I'd rather say nothing than say the wrong thing.
That's
about
not
that.
what I'm doing. But, yeah.
Okay, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, that. I want to make sure I can open my door, because I need some lines here.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta get the injured guys in.
And I want a little something on the top of that. I still feel like I have black on my nose. Oh, it's a little, jeez. It's a little too deep on the top. You see how that slope is too much?
It's a bus.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up.
I was thinking it looked like a bus, but I didn't know why. But that is why. Well, yeah, because it looks long.
Longer. Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I can take my eraser, take a little off of that. No point, you know, if you need to change something, change it. If someone knows you changed and erased, they just think you cared. You cared enough to put a little more effort in so that they could enjoy your picture more because you wanted it to be more correct. So no one should be judgy about, I see your mistake lines. I hate that. That's stupid. Okay. This one, the top one's not so bad. Okay, so let's do it. Let's get this over with. Let's get this over with so I got my bubble on. Alright. Yes, and if you would like to have like a Zoom lesson with, you know, your own group of friends or family or something like that, I do that. Valerie Wallace-9 or on Facebook. You can see the videos, those videos I talked about on YouTube. At free drawing classes with Valerie Wallace Fine Arts, or you can just, I bet if you throw out like, you know, horse drawing lesson, for easy horse drawing lesson, it might come up too, if you're lucky, but I'm lucky. The other thing I didn't do a lot with the background, but I do want it to have a shadow. You'd be surprised what a difference this can make, okay? So let's say the car, actually that's pretty dark. The Jeep is having a little shadow. And this will also kind of reduce the contrast around your tires so that if they're not super groovy, not just how you wanted them, it will show less. Okay? That's what reducing the contrast does, meaning that there's kind of a dark shadow next to the dark tires and then you don't see it so much. Okay, so if I do that and then take kind of funny colored dirt, but red dirt road down in, where is it, Mississippi?
Sure.
I've been where the dirt is red and it really is red. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Insane.
It really, really is.
Absolutely crazy.
Okay, so if this is a line here, then I'm going to make sure I come out about here. Okay. If you would like to leave me a donation, you can click on the link that's right below the video, and that will take you right to a place where you can do such a thing if you so desire. Let's see. Or you can use Venmo, Valerie Wallace-9. Okay, so same deal down here. What I'll do is make it a little heavier here, and then I will just smudge it in. I need a better system because this thing is right in my way. Okay, like that. Oh. My tire's black. And there's that's not too dark. Okay, so the thing with the cross is that, you know, in perspective, the middle of it is a little more to the right than it is smack in the middle. And it also, it does have a little perspective. But if you can't quite do that, that's okay. So what I would do is start with a line like this that's maybe a little bit closer to the right side, and then add a little bit onto it. Okay, this doesn't change from top to bottom, okay? Alright, so that means this white space here is a little bit bigger than the white space on the left. Okay, and then this is the horizon line, so the line in the middle, we're above the horizon line, so the line in the middle is going to tilt down just a little bit. Not very much, but, okay? Does that look right, Daphne? I can't tell.
That looks good to me.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay? Kind of like that. These won't really matter so much. You can, but they are kind of even. Alright, like that. Alright, so now I'm going to do a nice red one up here. I'll put a little, So if I color here, this is the thing I want to do too, is that if I'm coloring right up like that, then I definitely want to color like right here. Okay? Alright. I wanted this to be a square, but it's not so much. So again, I'll say I start a little bit closer to the right, and then I'll thicken this guy up. Yeah, I didn't come with any fun facts.
No, you had some about where the cross goes.
I just knew that.
Well, I know,
saw
but
it on
I thought that was fun.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. It's a good fact.
I find it astounding that there are actually rules in war.
It does seem strange.
Doesn't
Probably
seem.
a good thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't understand what's going on because I'm not in war. Is that a little too weird?
No, I think it looks great.
Is it okay?
Yeah. I'm impressed.
I'm going to bring it right to the side there, and then I'm going to bring just a little bit more green here because I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm going to do this. Bring that right up on the bottom. Okay. Oh, and this is green. Forgot about that. Okay. Oh. I want to be able to get in. Make a handle. What else? Any other fancy things I can add on there? I don't know what that thing is, so I'm not going to put it on. Oh, I didn't put that on here. Okay, anything else? So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go again. I'm going to give a morning one a try. No 1 o'clock. I'm going to do it at 10.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You did?
Maybe I did.
And we're going to do... Did I get everything? I hate when I get done and I look.
That means I gotta be
You'll have to be
fed
out by
and down
9:30.
here by 10.
Yeah, I need you.
That's...
There's that, and here's tomorrow's eagle. Okay. Or you can make it whatever kind of bird you want. Falling right off the page. Okay, I'm gonna hopefully stop with a nice close-up of the Jeep. So if you want to pause it on there and you know, fine-tune your machine. I would love to see your pictures. If you want to share them, you can just like take a picture with your phone in the comments and it'll just go right there. Or you can make one and then you can add it on there. If you don't know how, you can just send it to me in a message and that'll be awesome too. And like, you know, love your country, you know. Everybody has different relationship with it, but I love my country. There we go. Hey Tim. Hey Sue. Hey Meg. Hey Dave. Dave, I hope you're drawing this today. Dan Crocker? Huh. Oh, Anne Marie, are you and your husband doing this tonight? That would be awesome. Hi Jennifer. Hi Erica. Oh.
Okay, finish it.
All right, goodbye. Thank you.